Hello, welcome back guys. We are back again in the beautiful Scottish wilderness. Well, nearly. We're on the road that's going to take us to the path just now, but we are in the Scottish Cairngorms. We're going to be spending the night at a little spot near Loch Avon, or Loch Avon as it's known as well. We've got a nice little free parking spot back down the road at the bottom of this hill, and we've got, it's not too far, got about 6 miles of hiking to do in the path and the trail till we get there. It is a beautiful May, it's May 17th today, warmest day of the year so far. Scotland, I think it was 25 degrees earlier, which is, might not be warm to some of you, it's warm to me. Tell you that, I've got the factor 50 everywhere because I don't want to get scorched. And more importantly, because we're camping next to the loch tonight, I'm a little bit worried about the midges, but we've got a bottle of smidge in the bag. Hopefully that can keep them at bay a little. I don't know, we'll see. But aye, it's good to be out. The weather is stunning. A beautiful drive up this way as well. It's about 2.5 hours north of Glasgow. And aye, we've got Loch in the distance. An absolutely stunning loch. It's one of the only lochs in Scotland. It has a sandy beach. Took the kids paddleboarding there last year. It is beautiful. If you ever get the chance, go. But aye, very warm today, so get plenty of water in the bag. Bag's heavy. Get some cracking scran for later. So aye, let's just get stuck in, get some miles in the legs here. We started late today. It is coming up for 4 o'clock at the minute. Had a funeral this morning, so didn't manage to set away a bit later. Didn't know whether I was going to need to cancel, but sunset's not till about 9:30. I'll be able to do the miles, no problem that time. Aye, let's get the camera away and let's just get stuck in. Really too warm for the little walk by scenes. You need to go back and get the camera. It's bad enough walking normally without having to go back and forth. Let's not do too many of them. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that just shows what the temperatures are like out here. It's not rained in Scotland for about 3 weeks and it's been very warm, sort of 20 every day, but there's just still patches of ice all over some of the mountains. So it shows that at night, even though it's beautiful here, it still gets down pretty cold. So you need a good sleeping bag no matter where you are. This landscape is just unreal. I've never seen so many boulders and stones in my life. Won't be pitching a tent up anywhere near here. So being a different planet, it's like Venus, and that's just the temperature. You do need to wash yourself, especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere in this temperature. You need to take certain precautions. You know, I've got the sun cream on, I've got my water filters, so there's plenty of streams, that's one thing. But I've got, you know, little sachets to keep me hydrated, electrolyte packs and stuff like that. Stop every 20 minutes, you know what I mean, get a drink, keep hydrated. Got a hat on, trying to protect the head, because especially somebody like me who's very pale and doesn't do well in the heat, you can get sunstroke, heat stroke really easily if you don't watch it. So I just need to be careful and manage it. Sorted. Got 3 bottles full. That water is freezing cold as well. Well, came into some sort of obstacle, and that obstacle appears to be a giant cliff. Holy shit, that is huge. I'm assuming there's a path going to wind around it. But it's one of these situations, the camera's not going to give you the scale of just how massive that cliff is. That is a big boy. But I mean, I'm on a trail at the minute, so we'll see where it leads. But it is getting steeper and rockier, so this will be a good laugh. Get that. That is a big old cliff. This terrain is fucking nuts. And I need to go up that. I can see people coming down a sort of path at the minute, which looks as if it starts over there and winds its way up like a goat path. Right. Let's see. Oh, this is a killer. This is very steep. Came up a decent way so far. There's a few guys down there coming down. A bit scary right enough because they all had helmets, climbing helmets. Some of them had ropes. I've got a hat and a pair of Ray-Bans. Listen, it's going to be a really good story for me, or a really good anecdote for somebody else. I think we're about a third of the way up, and the path is pretty good, but I need 2 hands for this just to be safe, so I'm going to put the camera away and I'm going to follow this path up, and it hooks up there. It's not too bad, to be honest, if I stay in the path. None of them tried to stop me. One of them did give me a concerning look right enough. Fuck it. You wouldn't want to go down that in a hurry, let me tell you. Not too far to go now. That's the top, up that bit. Fucking hell. Right, let's finish this off. Well, I tell you what, that was not for the faint-hearted. That was a proper scramble. I enjoyed that, but if the weather had been anything but perfect, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have turned around, called it a day, because that was a bit of climbing. But we're at the top now. We just need to figure out how to get down. I don't think we're too far away though. Spoke to a couple of the guys there, some of the American guys. They said that they spent the night at Loch Avon last night and it was stunning. And as a Brucey bonus, they said there was no midges at all. I hope that's true. If it is, we're in for a result. He said that sunset was about 11:30 last night, so I've got plenty of time, and the sunset there was one of the most beautiful I've ever seen. So shout out to the 2 guys. Did put the shits up me a bit with their ropes and their helmets. Like that bit there, I think you should be wearing a helmet. I'm just a fucking idiot, so don't do what I do, honestly. At the top though, it's all downhill from here. Whew. What an unbelievable view that is. Seen some sights travelling over Scotland, do you know what I mean, in the last few years, but I don't know if any of them are able to beat that. That is unreal. And I think, if my eyes are telling the truth, I think I can just see the start of the loch round there. I think we're just about here, we just need to get down. Very, very, very steep portion, by the looks of it. But, wow. I can see a few folk. 1, 2, 3, 4 tents down there maybe. So I might need to do a little bit of moving about to try and find somewhere. I don't want to pitch up too close to people. They don't need to listen to my shite rambling. But aye, the climb down is equally as steep as the climb back, the climb up on the other side. It is nasty. And it's going to be nasty again tomorrow. Like even more tired legs, I think. Fair bit to go. I think it's going to be another 40 minutes or something to get in there. Just with how slow the scrambling's going. But wow, some big old cliftons here. Well, finally at the bottom of that path. That little stairwell there is the beginning. Right, a few hundred metres to the loch now. Let's hope it's a bit easier on the knees than that, because that was awful. Right then, beautiful people, I am finally pitched up. I need to keep the noise down. There's a couple of tents just behind me. I don't want to disturb people too much, so inside voice for this. I was planning on camping on the other side of the loch, but the midges are insane. This part, there's a breeze coming straight down the valley. I'll show you. That's a view from the tent, do you know what I mean? So we get a bit of wind coming straight through, which is keeping them at bay here. There's a couple, but manageable, absolutely fine. If that breeze keeps up, we'll be alright. That side over there was the worst I've ever seen. It's not even just midges, it's like black flies. I was swarmed by them, and I am wearing shorts. I just felt like I had to get out of there immediately. I didn't even want to continue because all I could see was like a haze of flies and midges. But aye, we're in now. I'm getting everything set up. I'm going to get my dinner on in a minute. Let's start cooking. There is, you know, like I said, there's 5 or 6 different tents kind of it. It's quite a popular spot, this. But it's because of the trail in and out, there's no way this place would be swarmed with people. I think there's 5 tents and everybody's pretty able hikers, shall we say. But aye, what I'm going to do is, whilst the midges aren't too bad, I'm going to fire up the stove, keep the vestibule open, and we'll get dinner on. Let's do that. Right, for dinner lads, we have a honey chili chicken noodle bowl. Got this at the butcher's, local butcher's. It's a wee stir fry number, 6 minutes in the pan. This should be class. Let's get this on. Go on lad, give us some of that. That looks like some proper scran. Right, so it's 6 minutes nail stuff, right? Let's mix it up and we'll see where we are. Well, I've come in to shut the vestibule to eat this because the wind died down and the midges made a return. Honey chili chicken, mate. It's bang. Six minutes in the stir fry. Perfect. Wash it down with some high brew. Bosh. Scranned. That was class. Well, that dinner was absolutely class. I am gonna get myself a cup of tea to go, and then I'm gonna go and sit outside. I think the winds came back in, so I don't think the midges are too bad. So get a cup of tea, and we'll go and sit and chill next to the loch for half an hour before we come back in and call it night. It is 9 o'clock just now, so there's still an hour and a half of sunlight left, but I don't know if I'll make it. It's been quite a long day. We set off quite late today, but I was up early. Had a funeral. One of my friends passed away, so I had his funeral this morning. Rest in peace, Josh. So it's been a busy day, busy day, and then the long drive here, and then brutal hike, absolutely brutal hike by the way, but worth it, man, worth it. I'm looking forward to seeing sunset and sunrise here tomorrow. Gonna get up early, set my alarm for sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock, pack up, catch the sunrise at this amazing spot, and then head back to the car. Now guys, it is 12 o'clock and I am knackered. I'm gonna call it a night there. I'm gonna get up about 6 to get some breakfast and get the tent away. So I shall see you in the morning. Good morning, troops. It is What time is it? Hold on. 6:30. It is a beautiful morning, but there is like an Armageddon worth of bugs outside this early. So I'm going to fire up the gas canister, get a quick cup of tea, and then we're going to get this shit away. And then we're getting out of here. I had a pretty good sleep. The stars last night were phenomenal. Took a few pictures and that. Tried to do a sort of time lapse with the GoPro, but for whatever reason it just didn't capture any more than 2 seconds. I'll need to mess about with the settings, but I got a couple of cracking pictures. But it's time to get up, time to get out of here. We need to go back up that bloody hill today. It's going to be a pretty grim climb, I think, and it is getting warm out there already. The sun is splitting the sky, so it's going to be a beautiful day, but it's going to be another warm one. And it's going to be a pretty tough ask getting back up and down that hill. So let's get a quick brew on, and we'll sort ourselves out, get this shit packed away, and we'll make a start. Well, that was a good night. The place is absolutely stunning. What a spot, honestly. It's a place where not very many people will have seen just because of how remote the location is. But unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. But it's that time where we need to get packed up and ready to go. So, let's get the hell out of here. Let's get that packed up and get back on the trail. Let's do it. There you go. Absolutely no trace house here at all. Leave no trace, folks. So I just spoke to a guy who spent the night here as well, and he said that there's another path that comes in that goes around that way. That's where we came in last night. That's the goat track that we follow down the sort of steep cliff side. But if we follow this trail and up, apparently it's a gentler slope. It goes up and around. You can go along the top of this, but it's just a bit of a gentler climb. So we're going to give it a try. But first of all, get a nice little water source here. So heat's not too bad yet. Let's fill up the water on that before we go, and that way we'll get plenty of liquid for the hike. Right, let's get fire done. That's where we camped last night, right now at that little beach. That I wanted that beach. Somebody was on that, and that looks like the perfect beach because it's a bit secluded from that bit. There was quite a few tents there. There was only one tent there, and there's another small little beach there, which would have been perfect too. So if you ever plan to come along here, there is quite a few beaches. There's one further along there as well, but I don't know how steep it is for the tent pitch. But aye, you get a few options. A fair bit of scrambling on this side as well, but nowhere near as bad as the goat track. It's a fair strain in the old thighs. Quads and hammies are feeling it. Came up a fair bit now. I think I can see the top, but we're fair distance. Beautiful little waterfall the whole way down though. So if I really had to, there's fresh water there. You could just jump down that bit and get it. But filled everything up at the bottom. Oh, right, gonna keep going. We'll check in at the top. Just past an old fella on this sort of narrow path. Get chatting to him. He was saying that he's been on the trail for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. He started off up near the Hebrides and has, you know, hiked boats, hiked all the way from here, from there to here. He's on the way to Ballater at the minute, so he's like, probably take him another day and a half to get there. Fair play, man, fair play. Old geezer must have been about 60s, mid 60s, just game, as game as you can get. Here's me doing one night and my legs are killing me, getting up a little goat path and the old fella's just munching miles for 4 weeks. Fair play, good on him. Living the life, honestly, living the dream. Well, we are at the top-ish. It's flattened out a lot now. That was an interesting little climb. Nowhere near as bad as the goat track. A lot less sketchy. Fun. It was good. We're on just a flat path now. Some clouds up there. What an adventure though. Stunning place. Not for beginners. Definitely not. A couple of places yesterday. You really should be doing it with the helmet and stuff like that. Walking sticks would be a lifesaver there. But it's done. No harm, no foul yet. I just don't recommend it. Right, the camera's going away for a bit. Music's getting back on. Gonna get some miles in the legs, stretch them. Catch up with you soon. Well, we're almost back. You see the car park for the sort of mountain station down there, the railway line and the ski slopes, the bike slopes and stuff. Yeah, an amazing day though, an amazing 24 hours. What an adventure. But looking forward to getting home now and getting a shower. Alright, final push onto the car. Let's do it. Stopped off at the Loch Cairngorms cafe, where the railway link and that is, and the ski slopes, just to get a cup of tea and something to eat. I mean, it's a handy spot, but 12 quid for a rolling sausage, a cup of tea and a bottle of iron brew. The bottle of iron brew alone was £3.50. Listen, it's a remote spot, they need to fund it somehow, but £3.50 for a bottle of iron brew. They're lucky I'm thirsty and I wanted something fizzy, otherwise I'd have told them to go and take off. There we are, boys, we made it back. I am glad to see this car. Hi. Finally back in the car. That was a long walk back. Felt every second of that in the legs. But my god, what an adventure. Some of the sights we've seen in the last 24 hours are unreal. And to be honest, you could spend a week out there just exploring some of the amazing waterfalls, valleys, glens. Glad to be back in the car though. Gonna get this fired up because it is absolutely cooking in here. I'm gonna make my way home because I need a shower. Hopefully we can get out and do another one soon. Really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the wild camps. They're my favourites. The climbing the mountains and that are good, but getting in a day out, a night out somewhere under the stars is the absolute best. So get back into the drawing board, and there's a couple of places I quite fancy, so just gotta do a wee bit more research on them, get a decent path or route sorted, and then crack on. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.